Tom had always loved his little house with the white picket fence and a cozy backyard where he could relax. For him, it was a peaceful oasis away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. He cherished spending time outside, whether it was gardening or sipping lemonade on sunny afternoons. However, there was one thing that marred his tranquility: his neighbor, Karen. Karen was known in the neighborhood for her strong opinions and her loud complaints. When Tom decided to build a privacy fence to shield his yard from prying eyes, he thought it would be a simple project. But Karen saw it differently. She claimed that Tom's fence was too aggressive, arguing that it made the neighborhood feel less open and friendly. Soon enough, Tom received a notice from the city demanding he trim his fence down to size. Frustrated by the situation, Tom felt as if he were losing a battle over his own space. He simply wanted a little privacy to enjoy his backyard without worrying about what Karen thought or said. The conflict weighed heavily on him, and each day brought more irritation as he watched Karen peer over the top of the fence with her judgmental eyes. Determined not to back down, Tom began thinking about how he could maintain his privacy without upsetting Karen further. Little did he know, this challenge would lead him on an unexpected journey filled with creativity and potential solutions lurking just beneath the surface of local regulations. The day Tom received the notice from the city was a turning point. He felt his heart sink as he read the words, which seemed to echo Karen's complaints. The letter demanded he trim his fence to meet local regulations, citing its aggressiveness as a reason. With each line, his frustration grew. It felt like the city was siding with his neighbor, leaving him powerless in his own backyard. Tom couldn't understand how wanting a little privacy had turned into such a problem. He recalled the moments when he had imagined his garden flourishing behind that fence, where he could escape into his own little world. Instead, it felt as if that world was slipping away, thanks to Karen's opinions. The irritation of her constant peering over the fence gnawed at him. Determined not to let this setback win, Tom began exploring alternative solutions. He wanted something that would not only provide him privacy but also show Karen and the neighborhood that he could be creative amidst these restrictions. As he pondered solutions, he started thinking outside the box. What if he could build something that served as both art and a barrier? With ideas swirling in his mind, Tom found a flicker of hope. He knew he had to act quickly before he lost any more of his cherished peace. This challenge ignited a spark of inspiration within him, one that would soon lead him down a path he never expected to take. With a newfound determination, Tom dove into researching local zoning laws. He spent hours at his kitchen table, poring over regulations and city guidelines, hoping to uncover any loopholes that would allow him to build something extraordinary. The more he read, the more excited he became. His heart raced as he stumbled upon a section that mentioned artistic installations could be allowed in residential areas, as long as they met certain criteria. This discovery lit a fire within him. Suddenly, the possibility of creating something unique and visually stunning filled his mind with inspiration. He envisioned a towering art piece that would serve as both a fence and a breathtaking display for the neighborhood. As ideas swirled around in his head, he sketched different designs on paper, each more imaginative than the last. Tom imagined vibrant colors, whimsical shapes, and eye-catching patterns that would not only block Karen's view but also become an attraction in their own right. As the excitement bubbled inside him, Tom could hardly contain his enthusiasm. He dreamed of neighbors stopping by to admire his creation instead of complaining about it. This artistic project could transform the narrative of his yard from a battleground into a canvas showcasing creativity and self-expression. With each stroke of his pencil, Tom felt empowered. The weight of frustration began to lift as he realized that this challenge could lead to something beautiful, an opportunity not just to reclaim his space but also to inspire others in the community. With a clear vision in mind, Tom began sketching ideas for his towering art installation. He wanted to create something that would not only block Karen's view but also bring joy and admiration to anyone who passed by. The design started to take shape, a dynamic structure that twisted upward like a flourish of creativity reaching for the sky. Tom envisioned using recycled metal and vibrant, weather-resistant paint. The idea of incorporating various elements, such as colored glass and wood, excited him. Each piece would reflect sunlight in different hues, casting colorful shadows across his yard. He imagined a blend of angular shapes and smooth curves, allowing the installation to dance between modern design and organic forms. As he planned, Tom considered practical aspects too. The base of the installation needed to be sturdy enough to withstand wind and rain. He researched different anchoring methods, ensuring it would stand tall and strong throughout changing seasons. He even thought about adding small shelves or hooks to hang plants or bird feeders, inviting nature into his artistic haven. Each day brought new inspiration, and Tom's excitement continued to grow. He pictured neighbors stopping to admire the art, children laughing as they pointed at the colorful displays, and even Karen herself marveling at the beauty instead of judging it. In his mind, this project was more than just a fence, it was a way to reclaim his space while uplifting the community around him. With every detail he finalized, he felt closer to turning his dream into reality. With plans in hand and excitement in his heart, Tom finally began the construction of his art installation. The first day was filled with anticipation as he gathered materials, but soon after he started, challenges began to arise. The weather took a turn, bringing unexpected rain and strong winds that halted his progress. As the skies darkened, Tom felt a cloud of doubt settle over him. But he reminded himself that every artist faces obstacles, and he refused to give in. Determined, Tom adjusted his schedule and worked around the weather. He built a temporary shelter to protect his materials and kept pushing through the less favorable days. As he hammered nails and painted panels, curious neighbors began to stop by. While some offered words of encouragement, others voiced their concerns about the towering structure. Karen frequently chimed in with her opinions, claiming it was too large and still too aggressive for the neighborhood. Instead of letting negativity weigh him down, Tom embraced the feedback as motivation. He made small adjustments based on constructive criticism from supportive neighbors who saw the artistic potential in his work. Each challenge turned into an opportunity for improvement. As the installation slowly took shape, Tom's determination only grew stronger. He worked late into the evenings, fueled by a vision of what it could become. With each completed section, he felt more accomplished and more connected to his goal. The rain ceased, the sun shone brighter, and so did Tom's spirit as he moved forward with unwavering resolve. As Tom's art installation began to take shape, it quickly caught the attention of curious passers-by and sparked conversations in the community. Neighbors who once doubted his ambitious project started to stop by, drawn in by the vibrant colors and unique design. Children pointed excitedly, their laughter ringing out as they created imaginary stories about what the artwork represented. Friends and family were thrilled to see Tom's vision transforming into reality. His best friend, Mike, came over with coffee one afternoon, eyes wide with admiration. "This is incredible. You should host a reveal party when it's finished," he suggested. Tom grinned at the idea, envisioning a day full of celebration and community spirit. Supporters from the neighborhood began to emerge, offering help and encouragement. Mrs. Patel from across the street brought over some wildflowers to plant at the base of the installation, hoping to create a garden atmosphere. "It's lovely," she exclaimed with a smile. The sense of togetherness sparked by Tom's project spread through the neighborhood like wildfire. However, Karen remained vocal about her disapproval, often making snide comments whenever she passed by. Still, Tom found strength in the support from others. Each compliment and encouraging word fueled his determination to finish what he had started. The enthusiasm around him made every challenge seem surmountable, transforming his backyard into not just a private retreat but also a community gathering space filled with creativity and joy. As he continued working on his installation, he felt a connection growing stronger with those around him, reinforcing his belief that art could build bridges instead of walls. The day of the grand reveal finally arrived, and Tom could hardly contain his excitement. He had invited neighbors, friends, and family to witness the completion of his towering art installation. As guests gathered in his backyard, a buzz of anticipation filled the air. Tom stood back, taking a moment to appreciate how far he had come and how much this project had transformed not only his yard but also his spirit. With a flourish, Tom unveiled the final touches of the installation, revealing a stunning array of colorful panels and whimsical shapes that reached high into the sky. The sunlight glinted off the reflective surfaces, casting beautiful patterns all around. The installation not only served its purpose as a fence but also became a mesmerizing display of creativity that captured everyone's attention. As the crowd admired the artwork, Tom glanced over at Karen's house. He smiled to himself, knowing that her view was completely blocked by his magnificent creation. Instead of feeling bitter, he felt a sense of accomplishment. This was more than just a barrier, it was a statement about resilience and community spirit. Neighbors began to clap and cheer, expressing their admiration for what Tom had created. Children ran around laughing, their imaginations ignited by the vibrant colors and unique forms. Even those who had initially doubted him found themselves enchanted by the beauty before them. Tom realized that he had not only reclaimed his privacy but had also turned his backyard into a source of inspiration and joy for everyone around him. In that moment, he knew he had succeeded in building something meaningful, a bridge instead of a wall. As the excitement of the reveal settled, Karen stood in her yard, her eyes fixed on Tom's towering art installation. Initially, she felt a wave of disbelief wash over her. The vibrant colors and playful shapes were not what she had expected, they were far more impressive than she had imagined. However, the realization that her view was completely obstructed brought a twinge of frustration. She still believed that this installation was too bold for their quiet neighborhood. Karen's feelings were mixed. On one hand, she couldn't deny that Tom had created something beautiful that drew the admiration of many in the community. On the other hand, her annoyance simmered beneath the surface, as she saw it as a personal affront to her desire for an open and friendly space. She had always prided herself on being a part of the neighborhood watch, keeping things orderly and predictable. As days passed, Karen found herself grappling with her feelings about Tom. While she initially wanted to confront him about the structure, she started to realize the joy it brought to others. Children played near it, and neighbors often gathered to chat about how wonderful it was to have such artistic flair in their community. Gradually, Karen's perspective shifted. She noticed how Tom's project had brought people together and sparked creativity in ways she hadn't anticipated. Although their relationship remained complex, she found herself considering ways to connect with him, perhaps even offering her help or support for future projects. This unexpected turn made her reflect on what it meant to be a good neighbor. Maybe there was room for both art and harmony after all. As Tom's art installation gained popularity, the community began to engage in lively discussions about art, privacy, and zoning laws. People stopped by not only to admire the vibrant structure but also to express their thoughts about what Tom had achieved. Some residents viewed his creation as a bold statement about personal expression and the importance of creativity in their neighborhood. They praised Tom for turning an ordinary yard into an extraordinary piece of art that sparked joy and conversation. On the other hand, some community members questioned the implications of using loopholes in zoning regulations. They debated whether this approach could set a precedent for others to bypass established rules, potentially leading to chaos in neighborhood aesthetics. However, as the discussions continued, many began to see Tom's installation as a catalyst for positive change rather than a threat. The excitement around the art installation encouraged residents to consider how zoning laws might evolve to accommodate creative expressions while still maintaining community standards. Several neighbors proposed organizing a town hall meeting to discuss updating regulations that supported artistic endeavors while ensuring that residential areas remained inviting and cohesive. Tom's project had inadvertently opened the door for conversations about balancing creativity with community values. As opinions shifted, it became clear that many people were eager to embrace new ideas and support artistic initiatives that fostered connection and identity within their neighborhood. This incident not only reshaped local views on zoning laws but also reinforced the belief that art could enhance their lives and strengthen their community bonds. Tom's journey through creativity and determination culminated in a transformative experience, not just for himself but for his entire neighborhood. What began as a struggle over a privacy fence evolved into an incredible artistic project that captured the hearts and imaginations of those around him. His art installation became a symbol of hope, showcasing how challenges can lead to unexpected solutions when approached with an open mind and a willingness to think outside the box. Through his perseverance, Tom not only reclaimed his space but also cultivated stronger connections within the community. Residents who once viewed him with skepticism now gathered in admiration, sharing stories and ideas sparked by the vibrant colors of his creation. The installation had turned into a gathering point, inviting conversations about art and inspiring others to express themselves creatively. Moreover, Tom's experience prompted meaningful discussions about zoning laws and their impact on community aesthetics. Instead of viewing regulations solely as restrictions, neighbors began to consider how they could foster creativity while maintaining harmony in their environment. This shift in perspective encouraged residents to collaborate on future projects that would promote artistic expression alongside community values. As Tom reflected on his journey, he realized that the real victory lay not just in the completion of the installation but also in its ability to bring people together. His determined spirit had transformed a seemingly negative situation into an opportunity for growth and connection. Ultimately, Tom's story serves as a reminder of the power of creativity to bridge divides and enhance our shared spaces, proving that sometimes the most beautiful solutions arise from unexpected origins.